Good morning. It's live with Mercy and Rita. Hashtag Mercy.
Hashtag Rita.
Hashtag Steve Mapes.
Good morning, you guys. We are extremely honored to have Mr. Stephen Mapes here from Jacksonville, Florida. He is for Fidelity, the Vice President of Title Management and Strategies for the entire company. He has been working in the industry since 1972. So basically, this gentleman is here and he goes around the country making sure that Fidelity's title processes are up to par.
Okay, thank you. Basically what I want to talk about today is there's two basic areas where you choose a title company. The first is the title professionals and escrow professionals you get to work with. And we feel we have the best in the industry, especially here in the Hawaiian Islands, in Maui particularly. And then the second one is the financial strength of a company. And we have a portfolio that we put out every year that explains the financial strengths, gives the AM Best, Moody's, and Standard & Poor's ratings for all of our companies and our competitors. And then the biggest key is the reserve strengths. We have $1.6 billion worth of reserves for paying claims. Our nearest competitor has $917 million. And you'll notice down here on the far side of this one graph that there's an NA here under one of our competitors. That is because they have other insurance products that they do, and they lump all those reserves together, so it's impossible for us to take out just and segregate the piece that they have just for title insurance. Our strength is in the numbers. For your clients, whether they're getting a new loan on a piece of property or a sale of a property and they're the buyer, you want to know that the title company that's insuring that is the strongest in the industry. That would be us, and we look forward to doing business with you.
And at the end of the day, you guys, it does matter who you choose, so you'll notice a flyer that's below here. And next, we're going to bring in Mr. Jim King.
And here we are with Mr. Jim King. He is the Sacramento title manager, plant manager for the operations, and he has been in the business for 28 years. We've asked him to join us to give lenders, agents, and principals the three most important things to look for in a preliminary title report.
Aloha, thank you to everyone out there, and thank you for having me here. The three most important things that come to the top of my head for speaking about today are going to be first the vesting, then secondarily your address and your legal description, and third the encumbrances that show on the property. So let's go first to the vesting. When you look at your contract, the parties that may sign it may not in fact be the parties or the capacities that you're going to deal with for executing things in the final analysis of the sale. For instance, Jim King could sign as an individual, but I have a family trust. And that's going to be actually the parties that need to sign the escrow instructions in their capacity as trustee, right? Your listing agreement. So everybody has to sign their correct capacities in the way they take title. And that would apply for POAs, that would apply for trusts, and that would apply for LLCs that quickly come to mind. The second thing I can think of would be the address and legal description, because many times your client will say, I live at 123 Easy Street, when in fact there might be two pieces of property that come under that legal description. On a corner especially, you might have two different addresses, and your contract might not cover both those addresses. So when a prelim comes out and you put down one of the addresses on your contract, we will respond to that one. We'll either ask a question and say, are you sure, did you want to cover this other property? Or you might notice a discrepancy, and please contact your escrow officer and say, hey, I don't think we have all the property covered. Because you want to make sure that we in fact convey correctly and accurately what your client wants to convey. Second, legal description, which is part of that goes with the address, will give you the same clue as to whether it's more than one lot, a portion of a lot, or just one lot. And you want to make sure that it really is lot 36 of Sunnyside Acres or whatever it is you think you are selling when you look at the tract map. The final thing would be encumbrances, which would be the status of taxes. Are they current? Are they in default? And how encumbered is your client with relative to the sales price with deeds of trust, other borrowing that may affect their solvency and their ability for us to handle either payoffs or get other things paid if there are other bills that show up in the land records or in the general records for general information matters like child support, bankruptcy, different things like that. Because your client may not in fact have enough equity to sell the property. And that may affect your ability as the listing agent to negotiate concessions with the seller and buyer as you go through your escrow.
That's great. Jim, may we ask, what sets Fidelity apart from any other company?
Well, the company has over 25,000 employees. We're the world's largest title insurer. And just in my visits here, I've come to be associated with the 5 title officers here in particular. We've got great exam staff, escrow staff, there's no question. But the 5 title officers have over 20 years experience each in this market. They're fantastic and really well known. in addition to the size of the company, because we are a subsidiary here of Fidelity National Financial, the world's largest title insurer, that gives us access to people, resources, and skill sets that most of our competitors can't match.
So true.
All right, well, and all this information, we also have it on our fidelitymaui.com website. So that's very great information that you shared with us. And we have different flyers about common title issues, what title insurance is, what your title insurance covers. Again, it's fidelitymaui.com. And just use that for your informational use for your clients. You can social media, you can put that in your newsletters. And I think that's all we have right now. Oh, happy holidays.
Happy holidays and mahalo.
Meli Kaliki Maka. Hashtag Fidelity Maui.
Hashtag Fidelity Maui.
Hashtag Fidelity Maui.
See ya.